Hello, my lovely little moonbeams. This is Christina, and welcome back to my channel, Moonchild Mama Tarot. Up next, I have probably one of my top 10 decks. This is one I did actually take the time to modify. This bag may be a little too small for it. This is the Good Tarot. So this is actually one I did modify. I didn't trim it, but I edged it in this like emerald green metallic Sharpie, and it works. It goes so well together. I absolutely adore the imagery in this deck. I do use it often. As you can tell, it is a bit out of order. But I love that it is borderless. It is on the bigger side, so as you can see, here's my hand. I have tiny little hands. I don't read reversals, but sometimes when shuffling things happen, and like, look at this moon card. It is so pretty. It is a very glossy deck. As you can tell, my light is just bouncing right off of it. So I'm trying to find a good median here. I mean, I feel like the artwork is so otherworldly. There's actually only a select few things I don't like about this deck. One is the size. I wish it was a little bit smaller, or, you know, the size of like a standard deck. The other thing I really don't like is the numbers on the majors. I can't get past that. That bugs me sometimes. I feel like that just completely takes away from the image, because there could just be so much more right here. And it's unfortunate. It did come with a guidebook, but I've had this for so long, I have no idea where the guidebook has now disappeared to. Due to the size of this one, I would say it is easier to actually overhand shuffle this and do anything else. But the imagery is just out of this world. This card always makes me think of James and the Giant Peach. Like, that's kind of all I can picture sometimes with that one. And you know, I haven't seen that movie in like probably 10 years. Was the last time I watched that movie. I even completely forget who the artist is on this. Like I said, I've had this deck for quite a while. This is probably my third oldest deck, and that is actually a reason why I edged it also. The edges were starting to get a little beat up. So there is a tiny micro border on this, but you can't even actually tell that it is there. You would only be able to you only really notice it on the back. You don't notice it on the front of the images at all. And then on the back, you have to really be looking for it, and it really does blend in really well with the backs of the cards. I love the unicorns. Like I said, there's something just so magical about this. And I definitely enjoy the elemental suits as opposed to, you know, the wands, the swords. It's their elemental. Each of those stand for a different element, so it is kind of nice to just see the element being used instead of, you know, wands, swords, pentacles, cups, things like that. It's kind of nice to have a little break from that and having to remember what suit stands for which element and things like that. So it's just a nice change, a nice break. What's really weird is I am a fire sign, and I love anything to do with the water element. It is also really decently thick cardstock. It's not, it's bendable, but I would not, again, riffle shuffle this, because you will crease the cards for sure. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that little bell button there to stay up to date on all of the wonderful content I have for you.